Speech 2 by Chelsea Taylor. Audience. Hello, I am representing the organization of the EPA stationed in the United States of America. My introduction is that the waste production in America is a national problem. I'm going to define solid waste, concentrate on the dangers of disregarding and how it affects the environment and public health. Let's address the problem. The history of the problem can be illustrated through the article Solid Waste in America. Less than 3 years ago, stated by the article, many parts of the nation were close to panic on the subject of waste production. It has shown over the years that America is growing to be a mass-producing waste nation. The United States alone has climbed through the charts of mass waste production. We are now ranking the second most producing of waste. What's the cause? Well, what is waste and why does it happen? Solid waste is often the byproducts of common used items. These items can range from a burger wrapper from McDonald's to old water bottles that you throw away, anything that you just normally think of when you put in the trash. These items most times are not biodegradable. As stated by Solid Waste in America, fast food waste makes up less than 1/10% of landfill contents. Murdoch claims that the United States generates more than 270 million tons of hazardous waste over the years. The waste problem is more focused on big facilities rather than the individual. Big facilities can have more hazardous output because of the mass production of what they are accumulating. This production often has byproducts. These byproducts are usually toxic or hazardous, and regulations haven't really specified the disposal of these byproducts. Although throughout the years we have accumulated these regulations and rules, there has been an issue with loopholes, and there are still byproducts being produced that we are trying to find other means of disposing. Why is this really a problem? Why do we choose not to ignore this? And who does this really affect? Public health and the environment are at risk. The overusage of our limited resources can create a large problem for the upcoming generations in what resources to use for our fuel, for our cars, for our homes. These limited resources and elements that are in the environment are steadily declining, which is going to lead us to a bigger problem of what to use next for energy and the development of newer ideas. Levels in soil and runoff also have a large effect on crops that are grown. These crops that are grown feed our nation. However, when runoff from waste from major facilities, landfills, affect our crops, these crops can become diseased, they can become potent or even toxic, and this could be given to the public. So now we look forward to discussing solution options. In conclusion, waste in America is a problem, and it is a national problem. We are steadily becoming the #1 producer in mass waste production. This can be hazardous for the environment, and this can be hazardous toward public health. Be conscientious of this issue and discuss ideas with how to become, instead of the #1 waste producing, the #1 waste reducing.